Today we're making my warm broccolini detox salad. We are ready for a detox to lighten up, to feel really good. But if it's winter, we're winterizing our salads, working with the detox ingredients like cabbages and purple kale, but we're gonna make it easily to digest and cook down the broccoli so it's warm, indulgent, dressed with a very delicious, creamy tahini dressing so it can sit in your fridge and only get better and marinate throughout the whole week. So to get started, I'm gonna take this golden raisins, which we are going to top the salad in the end with, and we're just gonna get them marinating in a little bit of olive oil. I love to do this. It's the simplest way just to plump up the raisins so they're not as dry. And again, we're talking about detox and easily digestible foods, and this is such a great step in the right direction. So I just have them soaking in the olive oil, and by the time the salad is made, they'll be ready to throw in. All right, so next step is to get our broccolini ready for the oven. So I have my oven preheated at 425 degree. We want a nice crisp roast, and I like to use the entire broccolini. So from head to stem, and we're just gonna give this a nice little chop all the way from the ends. This will give it the crunch that we want. Again, cooking it down at a high heat for not too long will just take that raw edge away from the broccolini. So I love when these little leaves from the broccolini come off. I like to keep them whole. They'll crisp up really nicely in the oven. We have our broccolini cut into the itty bits of the stem and a little bit of the broccoli heads as well. And just know that these are gonna cook down in the oven. So we don't have to go too small with the heads. We can always chop them even finer later if you'd like. Olive oil, we're gonna add some salt and pepper. Also gonna add a little bit of ground garlic. I love doing a garlic powder or granulated garlic with a roasted broccoli or roasted broccolini. It really makes it crispy and super flavorful. Even my kids will eat this. Okay, I'm gonna get this onto a parchment-lined sheet pan. Save this bowl, spread this out nice and even. I love the green color already. All right, this is gonna roast at a 425 degree oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. You really just wanna get some of the edges singed, crispy, and then have everything just bright in color. So just watch your ovens and give it a check at about 10 minutes. Coming up next, we're just gonna start to shred all of the rest of our ingredients. So I'm gonna take the purple kale, remove the stems, give them a nice thin slice. Again, we want to make sure we can easily digest this. So I'm going to give it a roll. And then thinly slice so they become pretty thin shreds. You can work with really any variety kale here. Dinosaur kale works really well. You can omit the kale completely. The same mixing bowl. Do that again. Just 2 large leaves so far. Stems removed, rolled and then thinly sliced. And let's move on to Napa cabbage. I love this guy. Look how beautiful this is. And it's, again, a little lighter version of cabbage, a variety of cabbage. Look how beautiful this is. This makes for a nice, crunchy, delicious bite. So I don't think we need this whole thing. So I'm gonna focus on just shaving similar cuts as the kale from just the end leaves. A good chop. This goes right into this bowl. I love this color combination of the light green with the dark green, a little bit more to make it kind of halvesies with the kale. This looks so beautiful already. This combination, this already feels detoxy, if you will. At this point, I'm going to pause and just work through massaging a tiny bit of this kale I'm adding just a splash of lemon juice, a little bit of Maldon sea salt. I'm gonna get right in with my hands just to start to break this down. There is something super beneficial of massaging the kale and the harder to digest greens at this point. It starts the breakdown process, so when you do consume that bite, it's not as raw or rough to your system, and you already have that nice mouthfeel. And you smell the chlorophyll coming off of these greens with the lemon juice. It's pretty incredible how delicious this smells already. I'm gonna take a little bit of this red cabbage or purple cabbage, take off the outer leaf, and again do the same sort of shredding. This is be nice to add a little bit of color. How beautiful is this? Get it right into the bowl. Did not want to massage this into the other lettuces initially because we don't want to stain the Napa cabbage with the purple. So adding it a little bit later will help, and we can still give it a solid toss eventually. That's perfect. So a little less of the red purple cabbage next to the greens. This looks so good already and delicious. Set this aside. All right, so now we're gonna pause, make the dressing, and get this going. So I love a good, you guys know, a tahini dressing. It's my go-to for the most part. I love how creamy and satisfying it makes your bites. So I'm gonna start with a little of the tahini right at the bottom of the bowl. I'm gonna add a splash of my champagne vinegar, my go-to dressing. A little bit of lemon juice. Be just from the juice of one lemon, or you can get, if you get the fresh squeeze from your market, that's always great too. A little bit of salt. Okay, we're gonna whisk in some good quality olive oil right into this combination. This emulsifies so beautifully to become this delicious, creamy, non-dairy dressing that really goes on anything. Perfect. All right, so this just came out of the oven. It was in there for exactly 10 minutes. So since we cut into small bitty bits, it really, as you can see, singed up and has those crispy edges like we were going for. I'm just gonna place it right down here. And the best way to get this in this bowl is to just pick up the edges. Careful not to touch the pan too much. And we're gonna slide it right into the greens. Smells so good. Get any of the extra bits that we lost. Look how beautiful this looks. The warmth from the broccolini is going to start to even help to cook down slightly the rawness from the kale and the cabbage combination in here, just to make it even more delicious to the bite. Okay, so we have our dressing. Go right in with our dressing. A little bit at a time. Give this a nice toss. Losing some bits. All right, let's keep adding the other goods. So in the middle, we also want to get some of these marinating golden raisins. So we're folding right in. Adding a little bit of Maldon sea salt, again, just to help bring out flavor. Some cracked pepper. Do just a tiny bit more dressing. Again, just dress to your liking. You'll start to see, you want to be able to see some of that creamy dressing on the hardiness from the veg. Slice a little bit of fresh mint. I think this is a really great contrast to the warmth of the broccoli, the rawness and the roughage of the cabbage, and this will really make it feel light and bright and airy. This goes right into the salad. Do a little bit more, so I'm breaking off the leaves from the stems. The final thing is the crushed, toasted, sliced almonds. Again, more crunch factor detox ingredients that you can feel really good about. How beautiful does this look? Give it another toss. And there we go, guys. Your crunchy detox salad, winterized for easy to digestible, nutrient dense, packed bowl. You can make it any time of the year. Keep it warm, eat it cold. You guys do you, but that cooked down broccolini with the singed edges is really gonna make a difference. I'm grabbing a fork and I'm diving in. I'm gonna get all of the elements, some of the broccoli, the cabbage, the kale. Definitely get a piece of the almond and the golden raisin in there. Yum. Oh my gosh. I think I outdid myself. I mean, I've made a lot of salads in my life. This one is next level. You guys, this one is so good. I think you're gonna love it. Give it a try. Eat it right from the bowl. Save it for the next day and share with your friends and family.